Welcome everyone. First of all, I'd like to mention that I'm not a super full-on Warframe lore nerd. I'm just some dude who knows lore mostly through in-game quests and maybe some YouTube lore videos. Just as most of you who clicked on this video I would assume. So, what's the deal then, you might ask? Not so long ago, a Tenacon happened, and it was revealed that the next few updates will be focused around Albrecht and Trati, and hence the man in the wall as well. So, why is that something that I'm concerned about? Well, here are some main bad guys of the past, at least ones that matter. And by matter, I mean that they were designed as antagonists and not just here's some lore to make a boss fight more interesting. First, we had War and Alad V. Those are respective representatives of each fraction. They help us better understand what Grineer and Corps are about, their aesthetics, their motives, and just overall stuff. Then we had Stalker. He was not assigned with any fractions we knew about before. He was a teaser for a Sentience and a Hunhao, and so, just like that, we stepped away from the fraction wars. One can argue the base and foundation of the game's conflict. We moved a one step above from where we were. Later in the story we met Ballas, an Orkin who not only survived but teamed up with the Sentients, a fraction that is still at this point just being teased to us. We know very little of them, and yet Ballas appears to, if not control them, at least to have some sort of plan to come on top at the end. He's being portrayed in a way as even bigger deal than the Sentients themselves, who again, at this point we can only imagine of how powerful they are. The power scaling it just keeps growing and growing up. By the end of Sacrifice Quest, we defeat Ballas, and guess what? The new war happens. Sentients are coming back. No one can do anything to stop them. They are just that powerful, even stronger than anything we faced so far. They even got Ballas back to command them for some reason. Good Centeno is there to help once more. We defeat them, and just like that, one more threat is gone. What now, you may ask? We just defeated an entire sentient civilization from another galaxy. The ones that led to the fall of Orokins themselves. How possibly we can go further than that? The Void is the answer. Well, you see, Man in the Wall, to be more specific. He was teased long ago, and so his relevance and appearance in the story was not spontaneous. We knew he was out there, and he will have to be dealt with. However, the Man in the Wall is, one can argue, the main antagonist of all of Warframe, the embodiment of the Void itself. And you know one thing that we know about the Void for sure? It is no question a much bigger threat than Aldwi is. It is a bigger threat than Stalker is, and it is a much bigger threat than an army of sentients under Ballas's command too. Power scaling is the word I was emphasizing all this time. Warframe just ran out of threats. You can't go bigger than the Void itself. Man in the Wall worked because he was hyped up and he was built up in so much previous quests. If DE will continue doing this trope of more and more powerful villains, it will share the fate the World of Warcraft had. A complete mess of a lore, to be exact. The last piece of foreshadowed threat in Warcraft was back in Legion, back in 2017. And ever since, new threats were just appearing out of nowhere, it seems. As for Warframe, this moment is right now. You have to change the direction where the story is headed, because right now it will either be a disaster or just an ending of Warframe storyline, where we kill the Man in the Wall and that's it. No third option. Well, that was it. Thank you for your time. That was my concern. If you disagree or have something to say, comments are open and welcome. I will happily discuss anything on topic related there. Once again, thank you and goodbye.